Alright, I think we are live. Hey everybody,
Perfect.
I'm joined here, I'm a good friend Nick, and today thought I'd spend a little time working on probably like two different conversions and at least briefly talk about some of the things I'm doing and some of the things that I'm thinking about. And I guess Nick here, he'll keep me company and we'll talk about stuff. And I guess Nick, feel free to ask any questions or anything, or even give suggestions and stuff if you look up and see the out of focus pictures on the stream.
Right, let's just get the stream going in the background as well.
Yeah. Um, okay. Looks like everything's going okay. I don't have any drop frames yet. That's good. That's a positive.
Good, good.
Yeah. um. I have to try and keep an eye out and see if we get any questions or anything. I think the stream's actually set up such that I'll see comments if they go before. Which we may have told you this. It was set up such that this comments and stuff were only
Hmm.
up for like 8 seconds or something. So it's like I would have literally had to have been watching the screen like a hawk
Oh,
to see
geez.
any of them. Yeah, cool setup. All right, so I think I'm gonna be working on two models today. First of which is this creepy, deranged human for Eric's Mordheim Warband.
Woo.
Um, and I think the main thing that I want to eventually do for him is I've been doing some green stuff work to kind of patch up the connection points on his hands because I replaced them with smaller hands from some of the night night haunt. I think they're banshees of sorts.
Oh, I picked some up today for the bases, basically, because I
Oh
just
yeah,
really
so I
like
mean
those
they're
sculpted bases.
so they're actually pretty nice. Yeah, like even if you didn't necessarily want the models themselves to like build them, their bases are really nice. And on top of that, like their hands are a little bit smaller. Um, they have kind of interesting like flowing cloaks and stuff that you might be able to like. Here's part of one of them that you might be able to use for something. And then their little daggers and stuff. I feel or work could work pretty well for like other conversions and stuff to make more reasonably sized swords and whatnot. So I think they're
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
definitely. I plan to use some of the skull shrouds. I don't know what with, but they're really
Oh
nice.
yeah, they are nice. Like a lot of the Age of Sigmar little like war bands or like the um stuff like that, they all have like scenic bases and stuff that I think could actually be used for a lot of things. Like um the one sister of Sigmar that I'm working on, who's from the like Eyes of the Nine set,
Hmm.
is pretty nice. Like they all have like nice like scenic uh, stone bases and everything. So like I feel they could work pretty well for a lot of things.
Yeah, because currently I'm basing my Anthropophagus on the big one, the 4th of July Stormcast that you could get.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it's got like a big Sigmar twin tail comet, so I'm probably going to paint some warp stone in the cracks and stuff like that to make it look like it's part of Mordheim and all that jazz. But it just works really well because actually the Urgul model that it's based off is quite short, and
Yes,
I think
yeah.
having him a little bit higher kind of helps put him on a bit of a bigger plane.
No, I think that's true. That's a good point. All right. So in addition to the little deranged human that I'm working on, I also have started work on a, believe it or not, like a space marine conversion. Um,
No.
yeah, it's I guess the last The last Marine that I've worked on, I think, was sometime
The,
I think it was last year when I worked on a
was it
Death
the
Guard.
Plague Marine?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the Death Guard, like Plague Marine, dude. Um, and this model, this Marine, the impetus for it was um, sort of the new little series that we want to try and start on the blog, the Conversion Corner series, where instead of like trying to make conversions and stuff relatively quickly without like tons of serious sculpting and stuff. And if you've been following the blog or the Instagram, the first model for that series was made with the new Deloc Necromunda gang, which I have the conversion pictured here, which wasn't a serious conversion really. It was just, oh, come on, stupid focusing. It was largely just a head swap and changing the different weapons and stuff the model's using. And I guess I did do a little sculpting, adding like little pouches and other stuff to the model, but that was the first one. And the Space
It's a really
Marine.
nice conversion.
Oh yeah, thank you. Like I thought it turned out pretty well. Um, and for the Space Marine, the main thing for that was probably for the past, but for a while now, I've come up with a bunch of different like subtle ideas for conversions of things that I was sort of surprised I haven't seen around before. The main one that really got me to try and do this conversion was the notion that we've seen a lot of people take Primaris Space Marines and like make other Death Watch Space Marines and stuff and give them like some of the Space Marine shotguns and stuff, which I was never much of a fan of those shotguns. I thought
The
they
giant
always,
brick shotguns.
yeah, they look like, yeah, pretty much like a giant brick. And they do, since they are so big, they do look better on the Primaris Space Marines, but still I thought they look a little whacked.
Well, they're about
Um,
the size of those bolt rifles, I believe.
yeah, they're huge. I don't think I have one here to really. Whatever, it's not important. But
Mm.
ever since they released the Gene Stealer Cultist models, the plastic models, like they have a whole wealth of different cool shotguns that a lot of them actually look like more modern, real shotguns, like Remington 870s and
Mm.
Mossbergs and stuff. And I was always sort of surprised that at least I don't remember ever seeing someone doing a conversion with one of these Space Marines holding one of those. And
I don't think I've seen anyone do any of that.
yeah, that was the main reason I started doing this. Because I mean, the shotguns in general, if you have any experience shooting like a real one or like handling a real one, a lot of them they are big. Most of the time they have really long barrels and everything, so they're big, but I think even for the Gene Stealer